This is lavoncason here, back at it again with another YouTube video, and this is going to be me expressing my thoughts about the Switch 2 Direct and also discussing these new Nintendo Switch 2 game prices. So let's begin with the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. Overall, it was a decent Direct. It had some first party games that I was interested in and third party that I was interested in, such as, Hogwarts Legacy, and some of the first party games that I was interested in was Donkey Kong Bonanza and Mario Kart World. I really wish they had showed a 3D Mario in the Nintendo Direct. I mean, it's Mario 40th anniversary. Like, come on, Nintendo. You should have shown that 3D Mario. And also, there was some stream issues as well, such as the stream freezing up halfway in the Direct itself. And that was a bad look, man. That was a really, really bad look. And also, too, man, the fact that they didn't show the price, at the end of the direct was like gave me like an eyebrow, like what's going on here? What's going on? How much is the Nintendo Switch 2 going to cost? And the price was pretty much revealed after the Switch 2 Direct was over. Turns out it's gonna be $449 for the base model and $500 for the Mario Kart bundle. Now, as far as the console pricing goes, honestly, I was expecting it to be 400 to 450 at max. So that the pricing is something I was expected, for the base model. But as far as me personally, am I going to be getting a Nintendo Switch 2? Yes, but it's not going to be a day one purchase. It'll probably be like maybe a year one or a year two purchase or something like that. Now let's talk about a big issue here, which is these new Nintendo Switch 2 game prices. You see this right here, guys? You see this right here? Mario Kart World is going to cost $80. That's right, $80. Not $70, but $80. And this, triggered a lot of people. This is what made people, start complaining about Nintendo and all this other stuff. I honestly think had Mario Kart World was just, $70 instead of $80, and all the rest of the Nintendo Switch 2 games was just $70 and not $80, then I think people would have been okay, and it would have made people probably consider to get a Nintendo Switch 2. But that's not the case here. Nintendo themselves is pretty much pricing, some of their, Nintendo Switch 2 editions for $80 as well. I mean, look at this right here. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is $80, and this is from Target. Now, yes, if you already own these games, you probably would have to just pay, $10 to $20. But if you never owned, these games before, such as Kirby the Forgotten Land, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, or Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, or Mario Party or Super Mario Party Jamboree, then you're gonna have to pay those $70 to $80 in order to play these games. And the only one that's cheap, the only game that's cheap here is Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remastered. That's the only cheap Nintendo Switch 2 game in this Target listing, which I found from Wario64. Like, this is right here the only Nintendo Switch 2 game that is cheap at this point. So yeah, I bet these game prices are turning a lot of people off from getting a Nintendo Switch 2 at this point in 2025. So had Nintendo, made this Mario Kart World, $70, this right here, like if this said like $69.99 instead of $79.99, and have all the rest of the Nintendo games be like just $70, then I think people would have just, wanted to probably more than likely pick up a Nintendo Switch 2 at this point in 2025. And now people are probably going to take the wait and see approach when it comes to getting a Nintendo Switch 2 because of these new Nintendo Switch 2 game prices at this point in 2025. Now, do I think the Nintendo Switch 2 will be a Wii U situation? I doubt that. I think it's going to be more like a 3DS situation, because with the 3DS, the 3DS was, priced too high at like what, 250. Then they dropped the price to 170. Then Mario Kart came out, then Super Mario 3D Land came out, and then the system started selling. Difference between 3DS and Nintendo Switch 2 is the fact that the Nintendo Switch 2 got some decent games in the first couple months, such as this Mario Kart Tour and Donkey Kong Bonanza, whereas 3DS had games such as Steel Diver and Pilot Wings Resort. Now I like Pilot Rings Resort. I did like that game, but it wasn't a system seller. I'm sorry, Steel Diver was not a system seller. Pilot Wings Resort was not a system seller. It just wasn't. Whereas Mario Kart World, I can see this game being a system seller. Whereas Donkey Kong Bonanza, I can see that game being a system seller. I can honestly see that. But with that price, that $80 price though, it's gonna be a hard sell. It's gonna be a hard sell for people to get a Nintendo Switch 2 because of these prices right here. And this is Nintendo, starting the $80 price trend. This wasn't from Rockstar, this wasn't from Sony, this wasn't from Microsoft. This was from Nintendo. And it makes me wonder at this point in 2025, since Nintendo is starting this trend, who else is going to follow? Who's going to be the next publisher to follow this? And I think it's gonna be Rockstar. I can see Rockstar maybe, being influenced from Nintendo themselves because of this $80 game, Mario Kart World, and probably thinking to themselves, you know what? I think we could price, GTA 6 to $80 to $100, and people will still buy it. Nothing more, nothing less. I think at the end of the day, the Nintendo Switch 2 will sell decent. I think at the end of its lifetime, I think it'll sell, probably at minimum 80 million, 70, 80 million at minimum at the end of its life. That's what I honestly think, because I don't think it'll be like a Wii U situation where only 13 million.5 people were only interested in buying the console. I think there'll be a bit more than that. I think, like I said, this is pretty much more like a 3DS situation when it comes to Switch 1 to Switch 2. But that's just me. But we are going to have to wait and see. How do you guys feel about the Switch 2 Direct? And how do you guys feel about these new Nintendo Switch 2 prices? And are you guys even getting a Nintendo Switch 2 day one or at all? Let me know in the comment section below of this YouTube video. This is lavoncason, sign out in peace, and thank you for watching.